Hey Curtis, what'd you do this summer?
Of course I got out of this place for a little bit. You know, it's really sad without my raccoons. So I decided to go to the happiest place on earth to cheer myself up a little bit.
Did you go to Disney World?
No, the raccoon tailgate zone!
What else did you do this summer, Mr. Curtis?
Look, an actual real-life raccoon friend. Here.
Today's a really exciting day. I was allowed to have 2 friends over to help me with one of my favorite games. It's called Looking for Raccoons. Usually around 7 in the morning, I come out to the rooftop and I look out over the parking lot and I can usually see 1,700 raccoons running into the building. Take a look. I think I see one. No.
Wait, hey, is there one right there?
Oh yeah, hey! Hey, we got a raccoon!
Sometimes when it rains, I'll head down to the English wing and write my diary or practice some ACT vocabulary. But more than likely, you'll find me in my home theater. I am grounded, committed, and accountable. Grounded, committed, and accountable. Yeah, at night it gets pretty lonely, but I like to do fun things like most people do in the summer. Like roast some marshmallows by a Bunsen burner. Then after that, grab my cell phone, go into the staff lounge, and go to sleep, reminding myself that I'm a raccoon, and I'm grounded, committed, and accountable. This is going to be the best day of our lives. Hey raccoons, Mr. Curtis here. Again, we are all so excited to have you back. It wasn't the same here after you left on March 13th, and it's even more exciting to think about what the year holds for all of us. However, we do have to recognize that we are still dealing with the COVID-19 pandemic. So that means this year is going to look different from time to time. We're constantly monitoring data and looking at the cases within our community to determine the best instructional model for us to continue to operate the school year under. We have 3 that we're working through. One is traditional face-to-face. When things get better, we'll come back and be one big happy 1,700 person family again. The other one is our hybrid model, our purple and gold, and our third one is emergency remote instruction. Under all 3 models, we'll have several mitigation measures in place to help ensure our own safety. We'll review those in a little bit. If conditions warrant and we can come back full face-to-face, we'll be back, we'll be here, ready to go, ready to make sure everybody stays safe and to limit the spread. However, in situations where we need increased mitigation measures to reduce capacity, we have our hybrid model. Let's just walk through it a little bit since this is totally different and a complete change of any school experience you may have had. We know when reducing the spread, it's important for us to keep social distance. In order to do that in our classrooms, we had to reduce capacity from 30 down to 15. So the hybrid model was designed to take our school of 1,700 and to create essentially 2 schools of about 850 students. A certain amount of students designated as purple and a certain students designated as gold. So by limiting high-risk exposures, we identified students in A through K to be purple and L through Z to be gold. You may be looking around your room right now and saying like, that should be a gold kid and I'm purple. We had to make some exceptions for family needs and travel and those types of things, so don't worry about that. Then what we did is we rebuilt the master schedule. So you'll see in biology, block A, we allotted 30 spots in that room. We gave 15 spots to purple students and 15 spots to gold students. This means under a hybrid model, your class meets over 2 days separately. So your purple students come on purple days, your gold students come on gold days. If we had to, and we were able to, come back full face-to-face, all 1,700 of us again, you would combine into one class seamlessly. If it's a purple day, and I'm a purple student, I report to OHS. I come at 7:20 like normal. My classes are 65-minute blocks and about 30-minute skinnies. I go through my day, blocks A, B, C, and D. What we did is we front loaded the calendar. So you conduct all your classes in the morning, and then we have lunch finally at 12:15. Let's talk through a few logistics there. There will be food service available between blocks B and C, quick grab and go snacks for you to get. There'll also be coffee available around Raccoon Runway in the morning before school. At 12:15, theoretically, your face-to-face contact time at school is done. You can leave, you can go out to lunch, you can get lunch here. We'll talk through those routines and structures here in a little bit. And then you can be ready to engage in your online seminar work at 1 o'clock. Online seminar is our pride lessons we typically did around career, college, and life readiness. Each day that you are face-to-face with a seminar, you will have a lesson to complete, of which you need to log in at 1 o'clock into Canvas to start it, and you need to finish by 2:15 in order to be marked present and not have an unexcused absence. So just to be clear, your seminar time is a required class meeting that meets virtually at 1 o'clock through Canvas. Now, if you don't want to go home or you don't have a ride home, the buses still don't leave till 2:40. You can go to East Campus and work, stay in the main cafeteria, or go to the upper gym. These are supervised, designated locations where you can work on these online seminars with a little bit of extra face-to-face support by a counselor or an administrator or a paraprofessional, and you can have that structure set up and a place to go work to make sure you get these assignments done so you're marked present for your 1 o'clock online seminar class. If I'm a gold student on a purple day, I'm working remotely from home on any assignments that my teachers have given me. If I'm in a block, I should be looking at about 30 to 45 minutes worth of work for that block. If I'm in a skinny, I'm looking at about 15 to 30 minutes worth of work. I have from 7:20 to 12:15 to get that work done. At 12:15, you're welcome to take a lunch break yourself, but then what you need to do is be ready to report to your online afternoon check-ins at 1 o'clock and 1:30. On one day, your blocks A and B will meet, A at 1 o'clock, B at 1:30, and at one day, your blocks C and D will meet. For those of you with skinnies, your check-ins will be brief. They'll be about 15 minutes each. During your check-in time, your teachers will probably be going over the assignments you worked on in the morning to make sure you understand everything and previewing what you'll do when you come face-to-face the next day. You'll notice this thing called support time at 2 o'clock. This is time where your teachers are available for small group meetings, one-on-one meetings, just to get additional clarification and help. So let's say it's a day where your block A and B had a check-in, but you have a question for your block D teacher. Take ownership of your learning. Email your block D teacher and say, hey, is there a time we can meet during support time? I just need 10 minutes to review this. And they'll respond and set up a Google Meet and a time for you guys to set up and review whatever your questions might be. So this support time, think of it as pride time without the self-scheduling. You just gotta reach out to the teacher directly yourself and say, I need help with this, and to go from there. It's also be a time where teachers might be pushing out work to you, feedback, answering emails, whatever it might be. But make sure you take advantage of support time because it's there to help you get the questions answered that you might have. The other thing that we might want to think about is our Raccoon Community Connection. Every day at 8:35 in this model, our building's going to stop, have a live stream announcement, all get on the same page, and that doesn't matter where you are. Whether you're at home in our OCON virtual learning community and you've enrolled in our online school this year, you're a purple student and you're sitting in English class, or you're a gold student and you're still sitting at home. Our Raccoon Community Connection is a quick 5 minutes for us to all check in as one community, say the pledge, maybe hear a joke or two, and make sure we have all the important announcements and updates as we try to navigate as one school community coming to school on 2 separate days. And it's a time for us to stay connected as one big happy raccoon family. So now if it's a gold day, then I'm a gold student. I come to school in the morning, I participate in the online seminars. Again, I can go to East Campus, main cafeteria, upper gym, participate in my seminars. And if I'm a purple student, I'm working remotely from home, checking in for the Raccoon Community Connection. We'll send the links out at 8:35, and then setting up for my afternoon classes. Okay, so it may get confusing about knowing where to report, when to report, what afternoon check-in you have, but you're raccoons, you can handle this. Plus, we published a calendar for you. So let's just take a look here real quick. Oh gosh, it's Monday, September 14th. It looks like it's a purple day, and then my gold A and B meet for the check-in in the afternoon. Because purple students are working on online seminar at 1 o'clock, teachers are freed up and they're meeting with gold A and B. Just like the next time it's purple on Thursday the 17th, they'll meet with gold C and D in the afternoon. and then the system just kind of follows that all the way through as best as possible. You'll notice a few little hiccups or changes. Right here we have 2 gold days back to back. That's because we wanted our days to align to the intermediate schools so that you could be available to help any younger brothers, siblings, sisters, cousins, neighbors, whatever it might be, with childcare needs or rides if needed. Also, you'll notice that we've had, in term 1 red day. This is our career college life readiness days. Our juniors will come in on this day and they'll work on the practice ACT exam and have a junior symposium specific around junior year needs. The other thing you may notice is these things right here, gray days. Gray days are fully remote virtual days. On a gray day, all students, purple and gold, learn from home. We're remote. We use this to balance the calendar, so you'll notice a few of them were on Wednesdays because we had Monday and Thursday purple, Tuesday and Friday gold. Wednesday is a nice day to come in the middle, and everybody learns remotely, so we keep a balance of face-to-face days. When we have a gray day, it's not like last March where you just log in and do work whenever you want. Your classes actually meet. Purple and gold cohort comes together, logs into your teacher's Google Meet or Zoom, whatever they're planning to use, and that teacher delivers some sort of lesson or instruction. So on a gray day, we have teacher prep time in the morning from 7:20 to 8:45. Then we have the online office hours like support time. Again, think of it as Pride, but without using the flexi-schedule system, because you're going to pick where you want to go and your teachers will help set that up. And then your block A meets at 9:15, your block B meets at 10:15, get a little bit of lunch, block C meets at 12 o'clock, and block D meets at 1 o'clock, and then again, a little bit of support time in the afternoon where maybe you want to work with your teachers and go from there. This is the schedule we use on gray days to balance purple and gold days in any given 5-day week. It's also the schedule we'll use if we find ourselves in an emergency or remote instruction and close for a period of time due to a breakout in our community. So keep this in mind as a gray day. This is a schedule that we'll use when we're learning remotely, whether that's for one day, a random Wednesday, or if it's for a 2-week, 3-week window while we deal with an outbreak that might have occurred in our community that shut us down. Make sense? Of course. So, what you don't know right now is I'm smiling, but masks are one way we can help stay safe. Our goals here are to sanitize, give space, and stay safe. These 3 things are going to help us ensure we keep school open as long as possible. Sanitize, space, and safe. Let's go over a little bit about what that means and how it's going to actualize in our building. The first thing is when we think a little bit about space. First, you can see your classroom set up probably a little different than what you're used to. First of all, there's more space between you. There's only 15 seats available. There's a lot going on there to make sure you're staying spaced out as much as possible. The other thing we need to do is make sure we don't put a lot of people into one space. So things that we were used to that were really large and crowded, kind of like our assemblies in the field house or our lunchrooms, have reduced capacity. There's only 100 available seats in our main lunchrooms to ensure that we are able to space out a little bit more. We won't be having assemblies face-to-face this year. We'll find a fun way to do them online, but we won't be bringing our whole school into the gym this year in order to celebrate our homecoming assembly or other major events until we know it's safe for us to do so. So again, space is so important as we consider safe ways to keep us open. Let's talk about lunch. Again, space is important during lunch, and new practices to keep us safe are important. With our hybrid purple gold schedule, we have a lot less people in the building, which help us provide more room for space. That being said, the way we set up the schedule, lunch now occurs as the last thing you have to do before your afternoon classes that can be done remotely. So lunch could be a little different for you, or could look the exact same. So let's talk through it a little bit. First of all, juniors, seniors, if you got a car, you got a ride home, you do not have to stay and eat lunch on campus. You can certainly grab lunch and then go. We'll still have some great offerings, but that's an option for you to consider. Freshmen, sophomores who don't have a ride home, or juniors and seniors that want to just stay because you got practice at 3 o'clock, you are more than welcome to stay on campus and bring your own lunch, or get lunch from any of our serving areas down here in the field house lobby or South Campus. There'll still be hot lunch options, there'll be cold grab and go options, just all the same things you're used to. One big difference for all of us though, is we won't be able to grab our lunch and run around the school and eat wherever we want or in any classroom. There are specific designated spots to eat lunch so that we keep those numbers low and we're able to space out. So once you get your lunch, you decide you want to stay on campus, first thing you can do is eat in the main cafeteria. We've got 100 seats set up there for you. You can eat in the upper gym. We've got 100 seats set up for you there. We got a few seats set up for you in the south cafeteria across from Mr. Logie's room and Miss Dorn's room. We also got a few spots for you over at East Campus. While the weather's nice, you can sit outside in the picnic benches in the raccoon tailgate zone or in the courtyards by social studies and English. The other place you can go is we'll have the rooms open along the Spanish hallway. So if you head into Senora Pirakowski, Senora Chasse, Senora Bradley's room, you'll be able to go in there and eat your lunches in there supervised as well in groups of 15. Altogether, there's about 400 some odd spots for you to be able to eat lunch at during this time. Again, grab your lunch, eat, but remember, you gotta be logged in at 1 o'clock to complete your online seminar. Hey, you may notice I'm down here in the Fieldhouse lobby. Our new collage photos brighten the place up a little bit. Pretty cool to actually look at photos of people we know rather than some of those old black and white ones. All right, here I am in Raccoon Runway to talk a little about our hallway transition periods. Real quick, simple. Already we got a good culture around staying on the right side. Again, stay on the right side, mask on when we're in the hallways. Make sure you take a look up above and remember what we stand for. Grounded, committed, and accountable. Can't miss out on an opportunity for that. And then just make sure you're moving from class to class. We can't congregate in the hallways anymore because that increased the risk for a high risk exposure if somebody was walking around with coronavirus and was maybe asymptomatic and didn't realize it. So when you leave class, go directly to your next class. You're also going to notice that we had to remove a lot of the hallway furniture where you could kind of hang out and talk with friends or work in the hallway. We don't have that this year because again it becomes another point of contact and runs the risk of increasing another high risk exposure or transmitting the virus to somebody else without really thinking about it. So again, when we're in the hallways, we're going from class to class. We're not hanging out here anymore and kind of catching up with friends or eating lunch in this area. We're going to those assigned locations. Not great, sorry about that, but it keeps us in school. All right, so here I am, little sophomore Mr. Curtis coming in for my math class. I come in, I walk through the door like normal, no big deal. There's a hand sanitizer pump right here for me. I take one pump, I hand sanitize, I go over, I'll put my cell phone in the cell phone pocket. COVID-19 is not an excuse not to use these. And then I go to my assigned seat in my class. Notice it looks a little different. It's a little weird, we're not sitting in a pod getting ready to do some group work, but I go to where I need to sit and I get ready for my class to start. Since we're going from point A to point B, it's totally okay if you come in, sit in your seat, and still continue to use your cell phone and talk with friends and things like that. Once I'm in the class and the class starts, you're going to notice a few things that might be different. Teachers will be utilizing assigned seats more so we can identify who's sitting near each other and who might be come in close contact with each other in any given class period. In addition, you're going to notice that our classroom doors are going to be taught, for the most part, open. Remember, we still keep our doors locked in case of Alice and we need to shut them and barricade real quick, but our classroom doors will still be open so that we don't have to worry about another point of contact where we open the door to go out. In the hybrid model, we're only in class for 65 minutes a day, as opposed to our normal 85 minutes, and it's only twice a week typically, instead of our normal 5 times a week. So it's imperative that when we are in class, we are focused for those 65 minutes, ready to go. Your counselors and your associate principals will not be pulling you out of class to talk about things. Those things will occur during online seminar time or during your virtual days. If you gotta use the bathroom, you can ask your teacher to use the restroom and they'll take you somewhere to go. Make sense? Stay in class, stay focused, sanitize in and out of the class, space, sit in your assigned spot, and then we'll stay safe and talk a little bit more about the strategies around keeping doors open and masks. All right, here I am in Raccoon Alley, ready to bring you into our new expanded health room. This is where you'll come if you're not feeling well. If you're not feeling well in class, maybe you're feeling like you got a fever, an upset stomach, whatever it might be, let your teacher know right away. The best thing we can do to stay safe is to stay home when we're sick. If you're not feeling well in class, let your teacher know, and an administrator will come down, check in on you, and bring you down to the health room and talk through the symptoms with Ms. DeClue. That's important for us to remember. I know we all want to be at school. We want to be at school as much as possible. We want to be at school especially on game days, practices, and those types of things. But the best way to stay safe and for us to stay open is to stay home when maybe we're not feeling up to our best. It's time to mask up, raccoons. When we're on campus, we need to wear masks. That goes for our buses on your way here. And the minute you drive in, you get out of your car, put your mask on. Masks are a strategy to help slow this transmission of COVID-19. When you're in class, leave your mask on. If you go outside and you're spread out far apart, you can take your mask off. You can take your mask off when you're eating your food, obviously. Leave your mask on as much as possible. If you need a break, talk to your teacher. They'll talk you through the strategies of which you can take a mask break. When our masks are on, they're up, covering our nose, our mouth, and there you go. There you got it. If you need a mask, we got extra masks in the office. Your teacher may have one depending on how quickly they get in and all that. So wear your mask at school, on the bus on the way to school, and on the way home. Some people may have a mask exemption where they don't need to wear a mask for a particular personal reason. Someone doesn't have a mask on in the building, just leave them alone. Chances are we know about it and we'll deal with it. Let's just respect everybody that chooses that they can't wear a mask, and for those that do wear a mask. So at the end of the day, raccoons, the whole point of this video is to let you know two things. One, yeah, it's going to look a little different this year in the school year. And two, to let you know how much we missed you. I am so excited to have you back on campus. For our freshmen who are new, welcome to the family. For our seniors, juniors, and sophomores who are returning, this is your time. Welcome home, welcome back. Let's make this the best year of our lives. Okay, so I know last year I caused a lot of controversy when I came out and I shared that the path was going to have heated lamps and covered rooftop and everything else like that. So this year I'll be straight with you. We just got the heated lamps, and so during the summer, it's a great chance to come out here, catch some extra rays even on a cloudy day, and work on your raccoon tan. And you fell for that again.